Good evening. You are welcome to News Bulletin with Adewumi. You are still on to Ibile Radio. And you are welcome on board for this evening. I will bring to you the news that have been making rounds for this concluding week. I please feel court orders Saraki to swear in Okonkwo. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to forthwith issue certificate of return to Dr. Obiora Okonkwo of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as the validly elected representative for Anambra Central Senatorial District. The court, in a judgment that was delivered by Justice John Toso, further ordered the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, to immediately swear in the plaintiff to occupy the senatorial seat, which has been vacant since 2015. The verdict followed a suit marked FHC ABJCX 1092/14, which Okonkwo filed against the PDP, its former national chairman, Alhaji Adamu Muhasu, INEC and Mrs. Uche Esewunive. The plaintiff had in the suit he filed in 2014 told the court that he contested and won the primary election PDP conducted for the district head on December 7, 2014. At Ekweme Square in Awka by scoring the highest number of votes cast at the said primary. Dissatisfied with action of the party, the plaintiff filed the suit wherein this is sought an independent interpretation of Section 87 of the Electoral Act 2010 by the court, even as the alleged breach of provision of 2014 PDP outlines for primary elections. The plaintiff said he was aware that the Court of Appeal in Enugu and in an election petition held that Ekweme did not win the said primary election and was not qualified to contest the National Assembly election. He insisted that what the appellate court decided in the petition that was filed by Chief Victor Ume of the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) against the PDP was the validly nominated candidate of the PDP that scored highest number of votes at the primary and not Ekweme. Yoruba PDP caucus lands weekend for insulting Yorubas. The Congress of Yoruba Sons and Daughters within the People's Democratic Party say that they are outraged by the insult allegedly hurled on the Yoruba by the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. They said they took a strong exception to Wike's comment that the Yoruba are insequential and have no political importance in the PDP. According to them, Wike also described former President Olusegun Obasanjo as a failure. The group lamented that Wike's comment was a reflection of how much the Yoruba in the PDP had been pushed to the edge of the cliff and relegated in the opposition party. The group said the Yoruba in the PDP has been cheated by the failure to elect a Yoruba man as the national chairman of the PDP. This was contained in a statement titled "The Yoruba People, Time for Reflection," made available to our correspondent on Wednesday. Governor of Rivers State, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is the crowning of all the insults upon our people as the notice had. Wike in his most arrogant and selfish swagger openly derided our people as being inconsequential and of no practical political importance in the PDP. This is rather scandalous and very benighted. He even insulted our former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, as a failure. This is an aberration. We at the Congress of Yoruba Sons and Daughters within the fold of PDP are outraged, angry and disappointed, very sad and sickened about this very primitive utterances of Governor Wike. In another news, gunmen invade Magu's house, killed a policeman. Unknown gunmen last night invaded the Bungalow farmhouse of the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Mr. Ibrahim Magu, and killed a policeman. According to sources, the gunmen stormed the farmhouse in Kashi in his federal capital territory at about 10 p.m. and exchanged fire with the policemen on duty. A police sergeant was hit and he died instantly. This is the second time that the same house will be attacked by unknown gunmen. The last 10 months has been tough for Magus because of the issue abuse to bow to prayer from some high-profile suspects and politically exposed persons. Following threat securities was built up for Magu and his immediate family, leading to the deployment of policemen in his uncompleted bungalow in Kashi. Some suspected elements has also been blowing the family's house in Borno State capital and issued threats. This is latest attack came barely 48 hours after Magu said the anti-corruption will be a do or die affair. Speaking on Monday after a walk to mark the anti-corruption day, Magu said, for those of us on the side, if these anti-corruption agencies of government in the media and civil society, the dagger is drawn, and I believe I am speaking the mind of everyone on this side that we tend to neither retreat nor surrender in our noble intention to cure our country of the evils of corruption. K1 pays tribute to his daughter. King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, known as Cam One, has paid a moving tribute to his daughter Olaronke Marshal, who after a brief illness on Tuesday hit the pockets. The Fuji maestro sharing a video of the deceased wrote, Olaronke Asabi, 17th July 1983 to 12th December 2017. The two-date in history and shall never be forgotten ever in my life. The first date you came to this world, and the later the day you departed. I give glory and thanks to God Almighty, who gave you to me as a gift by you coming to this world for a purpose and through me. I have seen that several while you were growing, that I am privileged to be your father and also to be kind of a child that also double as my friend. About your sickness and all our effort through medical means that was available to us to make you better failed us, neither did you pray, and that of mine and everybody that loves you never heeded by God. Rather, it is a direct word from God Almighty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you around him in his paradise, and I totally submit to that and never question God for doing that. You embrace God and His commandments also with your knowledge of the Holy Quran is enough testimony to the fact that you truly served your God when you knew excuse me, when you knew too well inside and outside. You are able to look back right now at this minute. You will see how people across the globe are still trying to comfort me and soften my heart with many beautiful words and verses from the Holy Quran. Man rapes a corps member in Ogun State, strangled her to death. The Ogun State Police Command has arrested 29-year-old driving instructor Festus Udo for raping and strangling a female youth corps member, 23-year-old Modupe Tayese, at Abule Ayo in Mawuko Odeda local government area of the state. Parading the suspect before newsmen at the scene of the incident yesterday, the State Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Ilyasu, said the suspect was a driving instructor with Lizzie Driving School, Abeokuta, where the victim registered in learning driving. Udo has moved Modupe into the bushes with the promise of getting her a driving permit while teaching her how to drive. Trouble started while Modupe did not retire to the Lord, where herself and other corps members reside. A case of missing person was filed by the coordinator of the NYSC in the state, John Okong. We went for a powerful technical screening of fact left behind by the last person she made contact with, who is the suspect. Technically, the information lies to us to one person by name Festus Udo, an indigenous of Oromi from Edo State, who was teaching this innocent deceased corps member, Tayese Modupe, how to drive. We were able to uncover the nefarious act, and it led us to this place and confess. The man tactically and deceitfully convinced her on Saturday evening that her driving permit is ready. She decided to answer to his call, and he cleverly and deceitfully apprehended the lady and brought her down to the forest, where he had a forceful, illegal, and unlawful knowledge of her, and thereafter strangled her to death. SARS would be reformed, not scrapped. The public relations officer of the Nigeria Police Force, Jimoh Moshood, has stated that the special anti-robbery squad SARS will be scrapped but reformed, will not be scrapped, but reformed, despite nationwide protests. Moshood disclosed this at a youth police forum on police accountability in Lagos by Korede Bello Initiative. CSP Moshood urged Nigerians to be patient as the police force was investigating complaints and feel their pains. We have families and we feel your pain. SARS reform is the way to go and not to end SARS. SARS has been doing very well in ensuring that robbery is reduced to the barest minimum in the country. However, concerns and allegations against them as regards to violation of human rights, have been investigated on the directive of the Inspector General of Police. The reforms that he has put in place is to ensure that SARS is streamlined, just as the mobile police force under a unified commander at the force headquarters, who is a commissioner of police, he said. Dolapo Badmus, the zonal police public relations officer for Lagos and Ogun States, also present at the event, commended the Korede Bello initiatives for the forum, reassuring Nigerians that the reform of the Special Anti-Robbery Corps (SARS) is currently ongoing. She said, if you have any complaint about any police or SARS officers, report and it will be dealt with appropriately by the police, but not served. Nigerian celebrities Rugged Man, Dr. Sid, Simi, Sansan, Korede Bello, and ex-broadcasters Suleiman Aledeji were at the forum. Alao Akala, Folani, and others joined APC. The All Progressive Congress (APC) has stated its preparedness to bury activities of opposition parties in the current political dispensation. This was as it concluded arrangement to welcome former governor of the state, Chief Adebayo Alao Akala, former Senate leader, Senator Teslim Folani, and former secretary to the state government of Oyo State, Chief Ayodele Adigun, to the fold on Saturday today. Others expected to join the party were Ambassador Taofeek Alapaya, Honourable Segun Odukunmi, Mr. Rauf Olaniyan, Honourable Ayoola Makanjuola, Alhaji Rasaq Gbadegesin, alongside their supporters at the ceremony tagged "Mothers of all defections in the political history of Oyo State." This was made known through a statement issued in Ibadan on Wednesday by the state publicity secretary of the party, Olawale Sadare, and made available to newsmen. Sadare said some of the political bigwigs who had joined its fold since last year and a wall of others just coming in would be unfurled during a rally at Mapo Ibadan on Saturday today. He added that with the caliber of those expected to join the party, it will be concluded that the battle over who takes control from Governor Ajumobi would be fought and won by only APC. INEC registered 21 new parties. The Electoral Commission (INEC) has registered 21 new political parties. This was made known in a statement by May Agudichi Umbu. The new registration brings the total number of parties in Nigeria to 67. Independent National Electoral Commission has registered new parties. These are the newly registered parties: All Bleeding Party (ABP), All Grassroots Alliance (AGA), Alliance for New Nigeria (ANN), Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party (ANRP), Coalition for Change (CFC), Freedom and Justice Party (FJP), Grassroots Development Party of Nigeria (GDPN), Justice Must Prevail Party (JMPP), Legacy Party of Nigeria (MPN), Mass Action Joint Alliance (MAJA), Modern Democratic Party (MDP), National Interest Party (NIP), National Rescue Mission (NRM), New Progressive Movement (NPN), Nigeria Democratic Congress Party (NDCP), People's Alliance for National Development and Liberty (PANDEL), People's Trust (PT), Providence People's Congress (PPC). Other includes Rebuild Nigeria Party (RBNP), Restoration Party of Nigeria (RP), Sustainable National Party (SNP). With this development, the total number of registered political parties in Nigeria is now 67. Muslim sister denied being called to bar. A Muslim lady was denied being called to Nigerian bar for wearing a hijab. Here is what follows lawyer Savage Smog wrote. I want to use this medium to express my dissatisfaction with the way Muslims are treated in this my profession called law. A sister wasn't called to the bar because she was dressed like that. Picture show here. Please, for God's sake, what is wrong with the pictures of the sister putting on hijab? This is one of the stories that we'll be discussing tonight. Is it right for a Hijabian sister to be called to bar by putting on hijab? And what is the issue of and the stand of constitution or ruling constitution that guide Nigerian law school and other Sunday laws? We shall discuss this thing tonight when we finish the news line. Let's move on with the news line. Don't forget you are still listening and watching Ibile Radio. This is Weekend News Bulletin with Adewumi. PDP Reconciliation Committee visit Ladoja, Adeniran and others. The PDP Reconciliation Committee led by the governor of Bayelsa State, Sirake Dixon, recently visited some aggrieved members of the party following the result of the National Convention last Saturday. The team met with Professor Sunday Adeniran, Chief Jerry Ghana Ibrahim Mantu, Chief Rasidi Ladoja, and Ina Siroma. NECO releases November results. The National Examination Council (NECO) has released 2017 November-December external senior certificate examination results. Prospective candidates are expected to purchase NECO results checking scratch card before proceeding to check their results online. Cards are available in all NECO offices nationwide. Sanusi Lamido becomes a police officer. Prince Aminu Sanusi Lamido, the first son of His Highness Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, and the grandson of the late Emir Ado Bayero, becomes a police officer. Prince Aminu, born in 1991, joined the Nigerian police after he graduated from the University of Birmingham, United Kingdom, with BSc Accounting, after which he left the Rafah in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where he studied Arabic before coming back to Nigeria and did his NYSC in Lagos. The prince then joined the services of the Nigerian Police Force Plateau Academy, where he passed out with the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police (ASP). It could be recalled that the ASP's late grandfather, Emir Ado Bayero, was a police officer before he joined the diplomatic work, then became the Emir of Kano. The name State of Osun is illegal, court declares. An Osun State High Court sitting in Ilesha has said the changing of Osun State to State of Osun by the administration of Governor Rauf Aregbesola is illegal. Justice Yinka Afolabi, while delivering the judgment on Thursday in a case instituted by Chairman Nigeria Bar Association Ilesha branch, Mr. Kani Ajibola, challenging the legality of the State of Osun land use charge law, held that the law and its makers were unknown to the 1999 Constitution. Aregbesola had changed the name of the state from Osun State to State of Osun in 2011, but the NBA chairman, who is a human rights activist, approached the court in 2016 and asked the court to declare as null and void all transactions done by the state with the name State of Osun. Afolabi also declared that the makers of the law, who are currently serving as members of the State House of Assembly, were not sworn in as members of the State of Osun House of Assembly, but as members of Osun State House of Assembly. Going by the 7th schedule of the Constitution, he said, the executive governor of the state changed the name in 2011. The naming of the state goes further and deeper for anyone to single-handedly do. He says, to order the name of Osun State as State of Osun is hereby declared as illegal, null and void. Court stops El-Rufai from sacking the incompetent teachers. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Kaduna Division, has told the Kaduna State government to abolish its plan of sacking 21,780 teachers. The Kaduna government has said it will sack the teachers after they failed a competency test. But the teacher legislative council of Nigeria dragged the state governor and government to court, asking them to stop the sacking of the teachers over the test written in June. Head of the Teachers Council, Samuel Atun, had filed a motion of interlocutory injunctions seeking stay of action pending the outcome of the case. However, Justice Lawal Mani granted the applications pending the determination of substantive suit and adjourned the case to February 6, 2018. Speaking with newsmen shortly after the court session, the plaintiff, a country lauded the court for graciously granting their prayers. Anyway, that was the end of the news story for this weekend bulletin. Don't forget, you are still listening to Weekend News Bulletin from Ibile Radio. I am Adewumi. In the news tonight, we discuss many issues. And as I've said earlier, we are going to pick it one after the other. Let's quickly take the issue of the prospective lawyer, barrister, that was denied or being called to bar because she put on hijab and she declined removing the hijab. When she was asked to, in order for her to have the wig, what is your take on this? Is it illegal? Though I'm not a law person, but we just have to discuss it from the habit of law. Today, when I was going through the net, I could observe that President Muhammadu Buhari's daughter was also part of the young lawyer that was called to bar recently. And this young lady also removed hijab while she was to put on the wig. Why this so-called prospective lawyers own different? But as I've said, there should be law that guide this. What is your own take about this? We want people that are looking to us, that are watching us online, want them to discuss this with us. What is your own take about this lady that's declined removing of her hijab when she was about to be called to bar? So what is your own take on this? You can call us, you can send a message 080-68-95-9611. And also, I want to discuss the issue of SARS. Last week, we discussed the issue of SARS. That is, do you think it should be scrapped by government or it should be reformed? Recently, a forum was held in Lagos where we had these celebrities, and it was hosted by Koide Bello, and we had police officers in attendance. And this issue was tackled there. That it was known to us that the SARS would not be scrapped, but it will be reformed. What is your own take about this? Because recently many people have been coming online to discuss the brutalities being meted to them by SARS from all corners of the world, especially in Nigeria we have now. What is your own take about it? Do you think we should scrap, the government should abolish this SARS of a scheme, or we should try to reform it? What is your own take about it? We will be expecting your call. You can call us, you can comment. We will eventually reply your comment. 080-68-95-9611. If you are not from Nigeria, you can call us on +234 8068 95 9611. That is the number to call. The program is still Weekend Bulletins. And we're done with the storylines. Now we are discussing the issue emanated from the concluding weeks. What's our own take about SARS? Do you think SARS should be abolished or it should be reformed? And also we are discussing the issue of calling to bar and putting on a jab. Is this case the first one ever from the Nigerian law school? Is there not any case study of this kind of stories making around now that maybe somebody before has refused to remove the jab when he or she was trying to be called to bar? What is your own take on this? We'll be expecting your comment. We will having your call. You can comment on us, and then we will so much appreciate this. Don't forget it's still news and a weekend bulletin. And let's quickly have a short break. I'll be right back. I'm coming. You're welcome back. It's still news new camp bulletin with Adewumi. We've read the storylines for this week for us. We are discussing the issue of SARS, and also we are discussing the issue of calling to bar, putting on the jab, not removing the jab. What is your own take on it? And this evening, as I put call through to a refined doctor of peace and conflict studies, Dr. Edwin Akeke, and if network permits us, I'll be discussing it online with him tonight on the program. I want to read your own comments. What do you want to take about putting on the jab and abolishment of SARS in Nigeria? You can still comment. We are coming. Don't forget you can still send message to us. And let's discuss this together. Because don't forget, if you are not there to contribute your own quarters, you cannot praise the Lord for others. So you must let your voice be heard. You must let people know what you are going through. You must contribute. If you are just sitting there out there and thinking that government is the only person, is the only organ that can do everything right in Nigeria, forget about it. You are missing it big day. We have to speak up. We have to talk. So comment on this. What is your own take about SARS? Is it going to be abolished? Do you want it to be abolished? Your own take about SARS and issue of putting on hijab in Nigerian law school. What's your own take about it? Don't forget, it's still Ibile Radio. I'm still Olu Adewumi. And thank you, Otuba Tuji Tinoye. We appreciate you. And thank you for commenting. And we appreciate it if you can be part of this program. What's your own take about SARS? Otuba Tuji Tinoye. What is your own take about SARS? Do you think SARS should be abolished in Nigeria? Do you think it should be reformed? Because you can see it, we have lots of organs under police force in Nigeria. We have mobile court, we have anti-robbery squad, we have Operation SARS, Operation what, Operation this. All these operations are much. And to Nigerians, there have not been much more work they have been in order to better the security of Nigeria. Because this is ember period. A lot of robbery have been going around. In order for them to tackle this aspect, they are going around making life miserable for innocent citizens. Like today, a young guy was brutalized in Nigeria when he refused the SARS from checking. He stopped them from checking his mobile phone. He was beaten. If you see the blood coming out from this young man's body, you will pity the situation. So do you think we can continue like this? What's your own take on this? Don't forget you are government. Because democracy we are in Nigeria now is the government of the people, for the people and by the people. Remove the people there is no government. So you are the government. We want your voice to be heard. Let the people hear your voice. What is your own take about this? Thank you. You can see your comment. Otuba Tuji Tinoye, thank you for commenting. Another Afinos, want to know your stand on issue of SARS. Are they even living up to their expectation? Are they doing what they asked to do? Because I wouldn't know what your take on this. I don't want to be judgmental. I want to be objective on this. So we want you to know. We want to know your stand on the issue of SARS. Are they meant to be scrapped or is it meant to be reformed? As speculated or as given to us by the police force, they are going to be reformed. If I know they are going to be reformed, are they going to reform or are they going to remove or bring new set of people, officers, to this SARS? What is your own take on this? You can still be part of this program by commenting on our Facebook page. Just try to like us. Ibile Radio Tiwantiwa, Ibile Radio Nigeria, Ibile Radio UK. You can comment, you can send a message to us, you can call 080-68-95-9611. Don't forget the program is still news bulletin for this week. I am Adewumi. You can send your message and let's hear you out. I'm trying to connect with Dr. Adewumi Akeke, a doctor of peace and conflict in Nigeria. I want to see his own side as regards to the issue of SARS in Nigeria and some other sundry issues that is affecting, that is going around in Nigeria. Yeah. So if you have any news that is going around where you are in your vicinity, you can tell us, you can forward it to us. We will eventually get it across the people in order for them to listen to and to hear, because we are meant to inform people, and if you are not informed, you will be deformed. We don't want people to deform, we want them to be informed. That is why we are giving you this bulletin every week. If you miss any storyline, don't be panicked. Be rest assured that we bring it to you during this news bulletin for the week on Ibile Radio. This is the only station online that can give you the privilege of catching up with the news you missed over the week. Don't forget, every day, every week, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday, you can tune into Ibile Radio to listen to news making round, and you will be informed about Nigeria. If you are in Nigeria, you're not in Nigeria, don't panic, don't be scared. You will be briefed, you will be informed adequately by Ibile Radio. Just listen to us. We are here to inform you, and we are still expecting your comment. Otuba today, and people that are reading us and paying us, try to comment. Let's hear your own view as regards the issue of SARS in Nigeria. Are they meant to be scrapped? Are they meant to be reformed? And do you think, and even though if you have any other issues that you want us to discuss together, making rounds where you are, let us discuss this together. We are here to get informed in order not to be deformed. And I'm coming back. Don't change it there, don't touch it. This is still Ibile Radio. This is a news bulletin with Adewumi. We are coming back. Welcome back, it's still Ibile Radio. Don't forget, this is the news bulletin with Adewumi. And we've read news stories for us tonight. We are trying to discuss issues that are making round. Because current affair, to know what is going on, to know how to address it, is part of our business. It's part of our responsibility to our viewer, to our listener out there. And let's discuss issue of ember now. Because a lot of police officers, they are such charging people out there. The motorists, the transporters, they are collecting exorbitant money from them. Like yesterday, it was all over net that a particular policeman was captured, was caught on camera when he was demanding for a certain amount of money from a motorist, and he was even following to the letter that he is going to collect that exact money. Are we bargaining? Are we selling? Are we doing business with policemen? Why are they so charging us? Why are they dehumanizing us? Why are they making the life miserable for a common citizen of Nigeria? What is your own take about it? If you are in America, you are in UK, you are in Netherlands, you are in Germany, you are anywhere around the globe, just comment. Is it the same thing applicable to you where you are now? Is the police force there? Are they doing the same thing where you are now? Just comment, because when you comment, you get across to the officers, to the people in charge. They will read, because they know They know that this is not practiced in other countries. But why are they doing this in Nigeria? Is it because government are not doing what they are right to do? Government are they not giving them their salary? Government are they not providing amenities for them, equipment for them to perform their work functionally and effectively? What is our own take about this? Are we meant to pay for their headache? Are we meant to pay for their shortcomings? Why is it that they are killing us at any possible advantage they get? What do you think about Nigeria Police Force? You can be part of the program, don't forget 0806895 or you can contact Ibile Radio's number, or maybe you can comment on our Facebook pages Ibile Radio Tiwantiwa, Ibile Radio UK, Ibile Radio Nigeria. All these platforms are for us. Let's get informed together, because this Nigeria is ours. We are going nowhere. Even if at all you are not in Nigeria, eventually one day you are coming back, because we want everybody to come and meet new Nigeria. That is why we are doing all these things. We read a lot of news stories throughout tonight, but I want to also pick this issue of SARS. What's your take about SARS? Are they meant to be scrapped? Are they meant to be reformed? Is the reformation the way out of this SARS of the thing? Let's try. If you have encountered any anomaly, if you have any bad experience or engagement with SARS, let us know, so we know, because our government people, they are still part of us. They are listening to us. They are free us. Let us see your stand on this. Thank you, Mrs. Lola Susi. Thank you for the part of this program. Don't forget, it's the news bulletin for this weekend. You can be part of this, Mrs. Lola Susi. We are discussing the issue of SARS. Do you think, or do you want SARS to be scrapped, or do you want them to be abolished totally? Do you want them to be reformed? Don't let us know. What is your own stand? Mrs. Lola, we are awaiting your reply. We still have some few minutes before we put an end to this program tonight. Don't forget, it's the news bulletin for this week. What is your own take about SARS? Do you think it should be scrapped? Do you think it should be reformed? Because don't forget, regardless of where you are now, you are still coming to Nigeria. You are still coming to your home mother. You are still coming to your fatherland, no matter, regardless of where you are now. Don't forget, whatever you do now is what we are going to meet. You are going to be when you come back to Nigeria. Wherever you are in the UK, you are in the US, you are in Nigeria, in Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Mexico, or what have you. Just comment. What do I want to take about SARS? Because if you are not affected, your family would or might be or shall be affected on this issue. So let us know your stand on this. And you can still comment when we put an end to the program tonight. Don't forget, it's the news bulletin for this week. And you are on Ibile Radio with Adewumi. Don't forget, you can sponsor your program, your event, or Ibile Radio. Contact the admin, contact on our Facebook page, Ibile Radio Tiwantiwa, Ibile Radio Nigeria, Ibile Radio UK. And don't forget, and all your messages will be delivered to the target audience. Don't forget that it's still news bulletin for this week. I am Adewumi. We've read stories line, making round of this concluded week to you. And then also we brought the issue of SARS and the issue of putting on hijab. As I've said, I'm not a local person, so I'm not in the best position to discuss the issue of putting on hijab. But what I know is that from the news making round, that even President Muhammadu Buhari's daughter was also called to the bar, and this gentle and young lady removed hijab. To me, as a person, I don't see a reason why a person would be doing something contradicting to what constituted authority, constituted body is having on ground. Is it the first person to be called to bar with hijab? Let us hear your view. You can still leave the comment while we go offline for this week. Don't forget, it's still news bulletin for this week. I am Adewumi. Don't forget, it's still Ibile Radio. You can patronize us. You can come and advertise anything you are doing, and be rest assured that it should and it shall be get it to your target audience. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for feeding us for this week. I am Adewumi, and I hope to meet you next week on another edition of News Bulletin. If you have any news to run, or for us rather, just get it across to us, and it shall be heard. Thank you very much. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget, like all our Facebook pages, Ibile Radio Tiwantiwa, Ibile Radio Nigeria, Ibile Radio fan page, Ibile Radio UK, and thank for doing that. Hope to see you next week. Bye bye. Good night.